All right, guys, today is day 2, and we're going to actually do 2 pages today. And it will be something like this. I'm actually going to put a piece of black paper underneath so you guys can see this a little bit better. So we are going to create a mask part. Look, like we're cutting stuff out and painting it. And then we're going to do another page behind it with some doodles. And when they're layered together like this, one page flows in to the next page. That's what I love about this art journal, is it's flowing. One page goes into the next and reflects something for the next page. So you're excited to see what is beyond, okay? So the first one we're gonna do is the mask. All right, just gonna set, oh, and here's the beginning of another one. You need, remove my black paper. When you open up, let's go ahead and open up your kit, and we'll talk about all the different papers. It says right here on the outside everything that you're getting, so we're gonna talk about it. And you get 2 sheets of every one. That aside. Okay, so the first one that is in your packet, maybe messed up your packet, it's fine. But the first ones that I'm finding, it's like 2 kind of thick, clear sheets. We're not using those today. Put it aside. The next 2 sheets look like frosted. They're kind of frosted. And this is called matte Duro. Take one of those out. That's what your mask is going to be with. Put the other one aside. The next one that I'm feeling, this is clear and very flimsy. There's 2 sheets. I'm going to take one of those and use it today. Put that aside. Put the other one away. The rest of it you're going to put away, but we'll talk about it. You've got an opaque white, 2 sheets. Not going to use that today. And 2 opaque black pieces. Put those aside. Not going to use those today. I'm going to put those back in my package, or at least with it. Put it on the side. Use those another day. Today we're going to work again with the one. It's like a matte finish. It's flimsy. It's not the white. You can see through it a little bit. And then the other one is the really flimsy clear. I want you to take out the matte finish one that you can kind of see through, okay? Grab this fabulous worksheet that I did for you guys. Just did some fun doodles. I love doodling. I'm gonna lay this piece right on top of my copy paper. And I want that corner to touch this corner and line it up corner to corner. If you do that, it'll lay on there perfect. And when you trace it, you get exactly what you need. So again, the matte piece of paper, line up the edges and the corner. Okay, I'm just gonna put my black paper down so you guys can see what I've done here. That film, I'm lining up corner to corner, edge to edge. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my Sharpie and I'm going to trace that mask. Trace this mask, okay? Now, we need to make sure that these holes, we don't cut those off because we need those to lock into the book, right? So if you go like this and just draw a line up, and you could even just leave it like that, or you could come down and do a little angle. But you want to make sure you save these notches. Does that make sense? So you could do an angle out to here, or you could go straight up, whatever you want. I did a little of both. On these, you can see I did kind of angles, whatever. Okay, but now let's go ahead and finish getting the rest of this on here. Lined it up again, yep. And I'm gonna draw his eyes. Mouth. Made it a little smaller. There you go. So I just trace that face. Now what I'm gonna do is actually cut out the insides here. So easiest way for me to do that is I'm not creasing it, but I'm just rounding it a little like this, and I'll give it a little slice. It just made enough for me to go in, and then I can cut this out. So I'm going to do that for the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut those out. Okay guys, so on my mask, I've cut out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. If you can still see some of your black lines, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. If you cut it a little bigger, or if something's a little bit different, that's where we get creative, okay? We'll use our imagination, or maybe if you cut into another piece, maybe you put a piece of washi tape over it, and that's how you hook it together. But that just makes it extra cool, and it's called mixed media, and you're using your creativity to figure out how to fix something, okay? So all things, there's never mistakes. We only learn creative ways to do something a little bit different. Okay, now that we have our eyes, nose, and mouth all cut out, I'm going to cut around my skull. And again, I want the skull to still be attached to this part. So I'm just gonna cut on the outside of this black line all the way around. Snip. Ta-da! And I can throw this piece away. Now, let's paint this guy. That's the other cool thing about this paper, or the Durofilm. It's paintable. What? How cool is that? I'm gonna do a pink skull. I love the color pink. Okay, you can use your foam brush, or you could use, I'm just gonna use this little guy, and I'm just gonna paint away. It will be a great idea if you have a paper towel down, okay? Because you're gonna paint around these eyes, and a little bit might be, you know, like get on your table. So have a paper towel or a piece of paper underneath. And I'm just painting. I can see a little bit of that black outline, but that's cool. I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and just paint. Should I paint the whole thing? These 2 times I did something a little bit different. Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to paint the skull pink. Oh, hello. And then I'm going to paint this edge a different color. Let's see. This actually dries pretty fast too. I'm going to do that. And then I think I'll do, I really like the pink and blue combination. Got a little bit. Don't want to waste any of that paint. Smudge it off over there. Make sure your brush is pretty dry before you go into the paint. You don't want a lot of water on your brush. You want it pretty dry. Oh, that created like a purple color. Love it. I'm just gonna, because I want the skull to be the most important part. This is just the side of the page. All right. I'm going to set this aside to dry. Now you need to make sure it's dry before you move to the next part. But I'm going to demonstrate for you the things that you can do. I'm now going to paint on it with my paint pens. This one's dry. I did it earlier. You could use a hair dryer to blow this one and make it dry faster. That's fine. These paint pens, if you've never used them before, you need to shake it until you hear that little ball rolling. And then you press it down like this until the paint is flowing. Mine was already working, so you guys will have to push down until the paint gets flowing. Now I'm just going to do some fun designs around my sugar skull. You can Google sugar skulls and then look at different designs that they have. This one is very popular where they make the eyes look like flowers. See that? A lot of times they've got a spider web coming from the skull. And so I'll just do a spider web where you put a line down. Can you guys see this? Maybe that's a little bit better. So I did a line down and then lines stretching out. My paint pens, there we go. Sometimes you have to dab it to get it going again. And then I'm radiating out like that. And then I'll draw lines that are kind of at an angle. And then you do another angle. Like this time, if those were going up, then this time I'm going to go down in that next space. And you keep doing the opposite. Now I'm going to go back up in between the other two web parts. Then I'll go down. And that makes it look like a spider web. Other things that I've seen on sugar skulls are like hearts. This, I'm just going to do like an upside down heart. Maybe some like teardrop shapes, circles around the eyes maybe. But all these fun little details you can just doodle, doodle, doodle. Have fun with it. I think I'm gonna make like a little mustache. some curly. This looks like a little mustache. What else? Oh, and you know what? I'm just going to do some lines, like outline the whole skull. This especially will help if I have lines like this black one. It'll look like I did it all on purpose if I do more like outlines around. Yeah, just add some cool details. Look at that, how fun, right? After you're done with all your little doodles, you can always add more. Now I'm gonna go in with my color, or I could paint inside some of this. I'm actually gonna take this paint pen. Ooh, be careful, mine just splatted out. You'll wanna shake it while the cap is on. Be careful when you pull it apart. And each one you've got a dab. I've been using mine, so mine's already ready to go. But I'm gonna add some of this paint color and detail. I'm gonna add the teal. I'm gonna paint the little heart up here with the teal. Oh my gosh, that looks awesome. Once it's dry, I can go back over it with my marker even. I'm just gonna do a little outline around his mouth because I think that looks like fun. And then maybe a little orange. How fun is this? Ooh. Doing a little orange. Maybe that's around his nose too. Maybe I'll do a little zigzag. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna do a little orange around the edge. Okay, so you can paint and design it however you want. Then this needs to dry. Set it aside to dry. Okay, again, you can take a little hair dryer to make it dry faster, just to kind of blow dry it. Oh, it looks so fun. Okay. Once this is dry, I'm gonna bounce to the other one that I have because this one's dry, okay? You need to wait for yours to dry. Then you're gonna take your clear film that I asked you to grab, the flimsy clear film. Let's you line the notches up. Okay, line those notches up. You're gonna take your black Sharpie. You know what? I'm gonna do it without my black paper. You guys could see that film is shiny. This is lined up. I'm going to trace around only the outside of my skull. Only the outside. Just the skull. Okay. So now I have this design. This design, you can use your Sharpie or you can use your black pen and you can start drawing things around it. So I think these little things are fun. I don't know what they're called. I just think they're fun to draw. I draw 2 parallel lines and like a ball on the top. I have no idea what this is, but I just thought it was a fun little quirky design. Another page that I did, can you guys see this? I did some lines and then drew circles around it. Okay, so there's this crazy thing. Maybe I want to take my white pen and do some little designs. Don't forget, you've got to shake this and then push down to get that white running. Now I put the black paper underneath so you could see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to draw and make some little details. I'm just kind of outlining one side of this. You guys probably have some favorite things that you like to draw or some little doodling. Doodle all around the outside of this skull. Just the outside. And I'm just going to continue doing some little doodles. Okay, guys, so I had this really fun background, and when this one's almost dry. Looky there. When you put that together, how cool that looks. You can do some doodling around here too, but we're gonna let this dry and then put it in our book. I will show you what this one looks like. Ooh. This is for tomorrow. But you can see when I put, like, look at this background. Isn't that fun? I just did some like leaves and some I did some flowers on it and lots of little dots. But you lock this in. Lock this in. Super easy. One that's dry. And then you can see, I'm just gonna put a black piece of paper behind it. Ta-da! And that is your second day, my friends. I can't wait to show you what tomorrow is, but we're gonna have more fun and continue our art journaling process. See you tomorrow. Bye.